All right, good evening, Social Studies curriculum members. It is March 24th, and it is the night before the eve of your spring break. So I have a few things that I want to share with you. I've been taking some notes, and I want to pass along. Just a quick reminder that on April 3rd, that is when the curriculum is due. Do not stress yourself out over it. If you need a couple more days, like April 6th, that's fine, but we do have to set a deadline because the curriculum needs to go to Rebecca Britton at central office so she can start to pull all the pieces together and format it so it can be completed. One thing I want to touch base on is the proficiency scales. Do not be confused. When you are doing the proficiency scales, there should be one proficiency scale per unit. So for example, if you have a civics unit, you might have multiple lessons in civics, but you still need to have just one proficiency scale. So it should look like a lesson, a lesson, a lesson, a lesson, and at the end of the document, at the end of that unit's document, that's where you place the proficiency scale. Please do not get confused. There should not be a lesson with a proficiency scale and a lesson with a proficiency scale. One proficiency scale per unit. So if you have 4 units, then you should have 4 proficiency scales. All right, so next thing is there was a couple text boxes on the proficiency scales that were brought up. One was right below 1.0 on the bottom. It was LND, level not determined. And then in between 3 and a 4 was a 3.5. So those can be left blank. Just erase the text. So because our district does not do 3.5 or like a 3 plus. And although we do have level not determined, which basically is like a student does nothing, does no work at all, you can mark that. But when I looked at other scales, we just have the 1, 1 plus, 2, 2 plus, 3, and a 4. So when I looked, just leave the level not determined and the 3.5 blank. You can just erase the text from the box and it can be a blank row. Next is when you're completing, do not forget to do a curriculum overview document. So this sounds scary, but I don't want you to be scared about it. I've actually attached, when you go back into the email, there's a screenshot that I've attached of what the curriculum overview document looks like. And so basically this is just a document that says what the curriculum overview is. You make sure you'll see a text box that says board approved and revised. Leave those blank, that's fine. You'll see like an area for prerequisites and course credits. That does not apply to elementary, so you'll leave that blank. There's an area where you need to fill out your names for those that helped write the document, okay? Really quick, back to the, I lost my train of thought, I'm sorry. Back to the 3.5 and the level not determined, you will also see an area where go back into the email, you'll open up 2 attachments. One shows you a picture of what it looks like for the proficiency scale that has the 3.5 and the level not determined in that proficiency scale. And then if you click the other one, it shows the 3.5 and the level not determined removed. So we want the one with the removed. I'm just giving you 2 examples of what to look for. The last thing I have for you is once you think you're done and you're completed, go ahead and clean up your folder. When you are cleaning it up, it should look like, I'll give you an example. Kindergarten, they're pretty much close to being done. When I looked at their folder, they have 5 documents, 5 folders. One was a curriculum overview, and there was 4 units. So that way, when I give the green light to Rebecca Britton, she can go in and just click on kindergarten and see there's 5 documents, and she can just start working with those. It's just much more difficult to try to filter through which folders are the real folders and which folders are the rough draft folders. So when you're done, just go ahead and clean up your folders so that way when they're accessed, everything that's there is what we're going to be using. Again, make sure the NCSS standards are added to the scales, are added to the lessons. Other than that, I don't have anything else for you guys. I hope you guys have a great spring break. This has been really good. A lot of the units are looking nice, and everybody's all wrapped up. So have a good spring break. Thanks. Bye.